Hello crew, it's Rob and Rich from the Film Look, where we drop filmmaking knowledge bombs.
Today we want to share with you what we think is the ultimate filmmakers charging station. Perfect for people working from their bedrooms or a small studio, just like what we've got here.
And we're going to show you in this video how we put it all together.
The charging station is built using an IKEA Billy Bookcase. It's got a place for all of our battery chargers, you can't see any cables, and charged batteries have a place to go. We've got LED bays for all of our lights to be stored and also charged. Then we've organised all the grip equipment so it's super easy to access. So we've been using it for a few weeks now and it's working great, but let us show you what we were dealing with before.
This is our current battery charging setup, and as you can see, it's a complete mess. We've got chargers everywhere, we've got cables, charging LED lights everywhere, we've got batteries everywhere, and it's not efficient at all. And when we're shooting, that's what we need. We just want to be able to come over here, charge batteries, and get back to making those sweet YouTube videos that you see on our channel. So everything's going to be stored inside of the Billy Bookcase. But when I was in IKEA, I found these magazine racks which are built for these IKEA Billy Bookcases. So they sit at an angle like this, and this is what we're going to be building. That's why I need to sort this out, because it's a mess. We're going to be putting all of the chargers onto here like that. So I think we're going to spray paint this. It might be black, but it's probably going to be orange. And yes, it did actually turn out to be orange, and we think it looks class. And to figure out where all the battery chargers go, we laid everything out and tried a few different layouts. Once we got something we thought worked, we marked where each charger goes, drilled the holes for all of the cables, then spray painted what we're calling the hood. These are all of the chargers that we have on our charging station hood. We have our NPF batteries, which we use the most. We've got things like 9V, AA, A7s, Insta 360 1X, and our charging station for our wireless microphones, and the accessories for those microphones as well, because, you know, we don't want to be going elsewhere in the studio to get this. And then finally we have room for expansion when we need more chargers, and it's probably going to be NPFs because we use them the most. We added a strip of black gaff tape to the hood, so when the batteries are waiting to be charged, they can be stored here and they don't rub against the metal or chip away the orange paint. These IKEA magazine racks have actually worked really, really well. So you can lift them up, and all of the mess from the plugs and the wires are all hidden underneath, but everything's still super accessible, and you can rearrange things and easily add more plugs and chargers if you need to.
Links to all of the equipment can be found in the description below, and whilst you're there, why not subscribe? We're on the road to 100k and we want to get there by the end of the year.
And if you're already there while you're watching this video, thank you very much.
Mate, you know what you need to do? Hydraulic.
And then we can get
We did end up adding metal supports to the hood, which were taken from a broken light stand. All of the charge batteries go on the half shelf above the chargers, and we've added these little green and red battery indicators so we know which batteries are dead and which ones are full. So these little battery indicators are actually perfect when you're shooting on location. It means that you can separate your batteries out and you know exactly what's full and you know exactly what's empty.
And we got this idea from the Frugal Filmmaker. He made a video about this, and you can find that in a card right here and in the description below. Frugal Filmmaker, we're so glad that you're back on YouTube making videos like this. It was a massive inspiration to our channel, so yeah, we're glad you're back. Got loads of these LED lights. So most of these little lights are charged by, well, I hope they're charged by USB Type-C, so we can have just the same cables. And these need to have a place to always be stored, but also always be on charge, so when we grab them, they're fully charged. So to solve this problem, we built this 8-bay USB charging station, so each light has a place to be stored, charged, but they're also super accessible. The charging bay was built out of some scrap wood to help raise it and hide the 8-port USB charger underneath. Then we used some 90-degree brackets that we got from the local DIY shop, which helped create the bays for each of the LED light. We added some neoprene foam to each of the bays so the lights wouldn't scrape against the metal. So it was actually cheaper to buy an entire roll of neoprene than just one little square. So if anybody needs any, just let us know.
And if you're enjoying the build process of this video, we have a start to finish build process of the charging bay on our Patreon page if you want to go check it out. Patreon.com/thefilmlook. You can support us there.
Everything has been cable managed in, and it looks a mess under there, but the mess was on the shelf before, and this mess is going to be hidden. Everything's been kind of velcroed down with different velcro tabs wound up, so these cables are just long enough and dangle out the front. This whole thing cost around about 20 quid to make, with the USB hub costing around about 15. And we've got a couple of spare bays too, so if we get more lights in the future, we can add them, and then after that we can just relegate the ones that we don't use that often.
We need to give her a name. What about Shelby?
Shelby.
Because of the Shelby GT500.
And
it's on a shelf.
Shelfie.
Oh, I don't like Shelfie. The next part of the build was to sort all of our grip equipment out. 90% of the time we're shooting in the studio, so we need the main pieces of grip equipment to be super accessible and organised all the time. We divided all of this equipment up into these plastic bins that you can get from most DIY shops, and they're really cheap. So this shelf here is all of the stuff that we use in the studio anytime we're shooting. We've got things like magic arms, crab clamps, we've got C-stand equipment, and we've got things like black wrap and Danny's, also known as diffusion paper. And then underneath, we've strategically brought stuff out of deep storage. So you've got things like tripod heads and a skateboard dolly. This is stuff that we couldn't see because it was stuck in a box. So we got it out, and it's actually come in really handy. Boxes, drawers are where equipment goes to die. So we want everything out, and we want to be able to get it at a moment's notice. We've utilised the side of the Billy Bookcase to save space and also have the equipment spread out. The side also has the second best part of this build, this 3D printed tape holder, which first of all looks absolutely mint, and it works perfectly. If you've got any questions about any of this stuff, pop a comment down below and we'll talk to you about it.
Dowels, please. Can I have a dowel, please, Carl? Is that one?
People outside the UK are just not going to get that at all.
We didn't mind drilling holes into our Billy Bookcase, so the rest of the side has a bunch of smaller bins, which we've got things in there like magic arms, ceiling hooks, clips, drop ceiling clamps, cables for our Aputure MCs, and pegs, which are essentially clips. Then we have a place for all of our bigger clamps to hang, and you can just pick these up and take the whole lot with you. And we have a place for our V-lock batteries to be stored via these 3D printed brackets. We also have a charger down here too. Some extra little touches we added were LED strip lights we had left over, so we can see everything on the shelves whilst we're filming in the studio when it's dark. So as all filmmakers know, it doesn't matter how organised you are, you still got deep storage for all of your filmmaking crap, and that's what's down here. But now we've organised that, we actually have room for other equipment on this top shelf. So if there's any other companies out there that want to send us some stuff, do it. This video was made possible thanks to our Patreon supporters, which you can see right here. Over on our Patreon, we've got things like a community filmmaking Discord, we've got bonus videos, and we do one-on-one feedback sessions that all of these Patreons get access to. So if you want to help support us, head over to there right now.
And subscribe. 70% of you aren't even subscribed, man, you stupid daft man. Just subscribe to the channel, man. We're so sick of it, man.